Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Bahamian Budgeter, and today we'll be going over what I spent for the last 2 weeks. So this is for the last week of March and then the first week of April. Today I'm only going to go through the last week in March with you because I need to close this out so I can close out March. And then when the first week in April is done, I'll just add that into this video. So I got a new phone for my birthday, so I'm hoping that the audio gets better because in some of my other videos the audio would go in and out, and it was because I record on my phone and my phone was getting like really old. Actually no, it was just the iPhone 12 Pro, so it's not even that long ago, but the speaker stopped working. So if I wanted to call someone, I always had to play it on speaker and it would actually go out. Like sometimes the whole speaker system would go out and I wouldn't be able to hear anything, or like people wouldn't be able to hear me. And even if I had it like all the way to the highest volume, they wouldn't. So I asked for a new phone. I had the phone a while, actually. I would say about 3-4 years. So did I get it right when it came out? I think I did, because I didn't have a phone when I came back home, and I think my parents bought it for me as like just like a gift. So yeah, I had it for about 3-4 years. So it was time for a new one. So I got the upgraded one, the 15. So I'm hoping because of that, the audio is going to be better and it won't go in and out anymore, because I don't really want to have to go and buy a mic, honestly. This room is very hot. Anyways, let's see if I can quickly go through this. So we're going to be going through what I spent the week of March 25th to 31st. Now, I went away on the 27th, so I actually didn't plan on spending anything. I went to go see my boyfriend, and one of my stipulations for him was my birthday gift to what I wanted him to do for me was treat me to everything. So he just paid for everything, which I think is I don't know, I think that's a good compromise. Instead of buying me a gift, you just pay for literally everything I ask for while I'm with you. So I'm not that expensive. Plus, I don't really need a gift. So on the first day, on the 26th, I transferred some money to my sister. That was $375. That came out of tithes. And yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it. I'm just helping her out. And then on the 27th, this was for my trip. I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got a dozen donuts, and that was $22.50. I took that out of my sinking funds. I wanted it to come out of birthday, but then I went ahead and got that wax the week before, and so like that kind of ruined it. So I was like, you know what, I'll just take it out of sinking funds, because the only reason I got the donuts was to do a birthday photo shoot, and they don't have fast food on the island that I was going to, so I needed to get it in the airport while I was there. And then I had to get an eSIM for my new phone, as I was telling you guys, because they don't do these ones go with eSIM. I didn't know that, so I had to go and buy one and then transfer my number over, and it was $16.50. So that also came out of my sinking funds, and I needed to get that done that day because I wanted to, set up my new phone while I was away. And then on the 31st, my boyfriend went out, and we forgot to get cash, and the waiter was so nice. We went to this Inn and Marina, and the waiter was like so nice. We got like bottomless mimosas, and we were sitting like far from the bar, and he would always notice, and he would come over and top up our drinks. He was great. But we didn't have cash because we were rushing to catch the ferry, so we didn't have time to stop to the ATM. So, but I had a couple of dollars in my wallet, and so my boyfriend also had a couple of dollars. So we just put it together and gave it to him. So that was $11, and that came out of tithes. That was a little tip. And then everything else was just my buffer, like service charge for the month, and that was $8.70 and $2.75. And then I also had to calculate my buffer totals. So for my first card, the buffer for this week was $17.96, and then my other one was $2.75. And then I also put here my investing account because I received investments and then they took out their monthly service charge. So I wanted to see how much it was. So for the week, in tithes, I spent $386. In sinking funds, I spent $39. And in my buffer, I spent $20.71 for a total of $445.71. So let's flip, because I've already done all these calculations. So you guys don't need to sit around with me. So for my allowance for the month, I spent a total of $1,204.22. Sinking funds was a total of $185.30. My CIBC was $2.75. RBC was $17.96. Tides was $398. And for a grand total this month, I spent $6,218.47. But it sounds high, but I had to pay my health insurance for the year. So if I take that my health insurance out of that, which was 3, 8, 6, 8, and 7, I only spent $2,349.77, which is pretty good to me because I've been spending 28 and then 29. So to go down to 23 is pretty good to me. I mean, I thought so. I would like it to be 1.5, but you know, baby steps. And then for my transaction in cash this week, $50 was in cash, $377.75 was in my first card, and $17.96 was in my second card for the same amount. So that is how much I spent for the entire month of March. What I do now is do my no spend for this week. All right, so we are working on this last week, and I've only spent money one day, and that was on the 27th for the donuts and the eSIM. I don't count when I spend money from Tides because that's giving. Oh gosh, I did it again. I did the opposite. I color in when I don't spend. So next year I know for sure I'm gonna have to change it because this is just what I like to do apparently. So I am aiming for a total of 20 days. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 days. And that's a total of $57 saved. Gosh. All right, so here is the $21 for the week. We are going to be putting 18 of that into this. So I need to take $2 out, 1, 2, and put the 20 in. So now for our no spend, we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 5, 10, 15, 16. So $216. We have passed the $200 mark. I don't have a goal for this, but no, I think that's pretty good. How much did I say? 6 days? Yeah, so plus 18. And that was 216. And then this one gets the last $3 because it was just one day that I spent. So plus 3. So now we're at 86. So I'm gonna put this $3 in. And we have 50, 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So $86 in this one. And let's update our trackers for everything. Okay, let's do the easy one first, which is this tracker. And we're at 85. So each of these are 5. So this was 80. So this will be 85. 95, 100. Yep. And this tracker is free. It's from Save with Judy, and you just do $5 per icon, and it'll be $300 by the time I'm done. And then I started this tracker just to track my no spend, see how much, because I would like for it to be about 500. So I said, you know what, I would go ahead and track it. So I colored in all the big numbers to represent what I already had. So let me see. March was plus 57. We didn't reach our no spend days, so 159 plus 57 is the 216. Minus 25, minus 30, minus 50, minus 15, minus 25, minus 30 is $41. So let's do this next 25. And then we can do, okay, so we'll just do this 25 because I want to do the big numbers first. So I'm going to save this 20. Yeah. And this shape is this blue color. So that's our last 25. Then we only have 120. And everything else is 15s. Oops. All right, so that's all for right now. I will insert the first week in April right here for you guys. Hey everyone, we're gonna go over our weekly expenses for the first week in April. So that's gonna be from April 1st to April 7th. So isn't it cool that that again was another like perfect week, Monday to Sunday, 1 to 7, just like how the year started. So I did not have a lot of spending done this week. A lot of it, actually, yeah, I had 2 purchases. On both of them were on the 4th. For the first one, I went ahead and I signed up for the swimming camp. It started again and I really wanted to do it. So it's $120 for 4 weeks. So I took that out of my sinking fund. So I should have $180 left in my sinking funds. Should we go ahead and check right away? Yeah, because that's the only expense from my sinking funds. And I've got stuff all over the place. Is that falling in my frame? It is. But no. Okay, so let's check my sinking funds. I've already updated my tracker. So week 1 was 120. So I should have 180, 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80. Yep. That's what I have left for the month, 180. Then for my allowance, I had 2 purchases. The first was groceries, and that was $70.15. I always round up, so 71. And then I've started playing Wordle with my family. So at the end of the week, I need to save a total of $7.50. So we're putting it away, and then whoever has the best score at the end of the month gets to have all of the money. So I think that'll be pretty cool. But I think we might change it and do first, second, third, depending on how much money it is. But I don't think it's gonna be, I don't know, it's 7 of us. So yeah, so that's $7.50. So I only took $7 out of my allowance, and then I took 50 cents out of my change that I received because I used mostly cash this week. So I had it and I didn't want to round this number up. I want this to be exact. So that should leave us with a total of $922 in our allowance. Let's go ahead and count that. So yep, I went ahead and I updated it. So it was $77.65, and I rounded it up to 78. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, and 22. There we go. That's perfect. And actually, I'm gonna take 1. Do I want to spend the 1? No, let's keep the 1. I'm gonna take 1. I'm trying to look for the worst ones. 50. 2. I'm gonna take that and put that in my wallet to spend for the week. Trying to see if I can stick to 200 a week. Okay, so I'm gonna go put this in my wallet, so I'll have $200 to spend for the week. Next is my buffer. So 40 cents came out of my first card, and then $12.72 came out of my second, and that was for my body wash subscription from Amazon. It's the CeraVe one to help with sensitive skin, basically for like acne and stuff, because I have sensitive skin, I would guess you call it. I don't know. I've been battling it all my life, so it's just whatever at this point. Then I also have a little weird charge. I got a Sam's Club membership, came out of my card, and then this was the conversion ratio from BSD to USD. So this is how much it is. So I literally just sat down and looked at my account and saw this. So after this video is finished, I'm gonna go hunt this down and make sure that this is actually from my parents' account. And if it is, I might have to get reimbursed. We'll see, because I don't have that right now. So that means total for the week I spent $210.77. So this is the Sam's Club error that I need to look at. On my RBC card, I had a little overage of $59 and I didn't know what to do with it. So I'm just going to keep it until the end of the month. And if it's still there, then I'll stuff it in savings challenges. And then I have a Sun Oil hold of $1.33. So at the gas stations, they created a new like QR system, so you just scan the QR system by the pump and then you can pay from your phone. And so for them to connect your credit card to the app, they had to put a hold on your account, and they put it a hold on for $1.33. And honestly, it's been, I would say, about 3 weeks and that hold has not moved. So I'm kind of worried. But I just want to keep track of it and make sure I remember that that's what that hold is for. And then for this week, I saved a total of $17 in US. Here is it here. It's all crinkled because I just kind of threw it in my wallet anyway. So 10, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to put it right on the side. And then I had a total of $2.30 in change. Right here, I don't have my Tootsie Roll container that I was using, but I'm gonna have to find it and I'll put this in it after the video. So that was $2.30, and that was from March and this first week in April. My purse was getting really bulky, so I was like, you know what, let's just get rid of it, start fresh for April, because I'll be using cash in April. I expect to be getting a lot of change. So that is it. Let's go to the back and look at how everything's going. So here is my spending total. Just a recap of what I just said. Allowance was $77.65. Sinking funds was $120. Buffer was $13.12 for a total of $210.77. My transaction totals: cash was $197.65. My CIBC was $12.72, and RBC was 40 cents for the same total of $210.77. So this, I just like to see where the money is coming from. I just like to keep track of that. So this, you guys will be very excited for, because I had tons of no spend days this week because I only had the one day. Let's go ahead and do all of my trackers. All right, let's start with this US since it's out. So it's okay, adding the $17 in. So now for US, I have 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 313, which is pretty amazing. And it looks like I'm gonna have to separate my ones from everything else. So they're getting pretty big. So I'm gonna keep these in. And I'm gonna put the ones in this one. Perfect. Now I do have this envelope here, and the reason I'm not using that is because I have something in this. So this is where I put the Wordle money, and we reached $25 in the money hop for Donna Power by Creativity, and I'm using that self-care envelope for my swimming lessons to try to pay for next month. So that's just the $25 in there. So that's what this envelope is for. So I'm just going to separate the ones from all the rest. And my tracker should be updated. Yes, 313. Put that back in. And we're going to use the 1s, 5s, and 10s tracker. Okay, so we had 110, 15, and then we had 2 1s. And so each of these represents $2. So I'm just going to fill in 1. let's do all of our trackers. So this is how I was tracking Save the Change last year. I haven't printed out a new one, so I'm just gonna write it on the back. So this was April week 1, so $2.30. And we are still working on the shrapnel channel, the shrapnel collection challenge from Reinventing Renee. Now, when we go ahead and count this, when it's all finished, it will be off because you guys have probably noticed I've been using whenever I, what am I saying? Find your words, find your words. Okay, so when we go ahead to calculate this, it won't equal to 244 because a few times so far for the year, I have switched some of my coins for money because my parents needed it for their business. So it's going to be a little less, but I still want to keep working on it. This was sent to me, so it's not something that's printable. She actually sent this in my order, so I just want to use it. And we had $2.30. So let's see if we can knock out the big one. 230 minus 187 will be 43, and we don't have 43. So we can do 187 and 43. Okay, so 187 and 43. So still slowly moving along. Still slowly moving along with this one, but I'm glad I've started doing it again so it can get some traction. Now I'm using this for the no spend challenge. But I'm not going to color anything in until the end of the month. So right now we have $216 into this. So I'm just going to write this out. So we are currently in April, and this will be if we did 20 no spends. And then this one I'm using for the extra money, and we are not going to be able to color anything today. Okay, so let's go to my no spend. Here is the money that I put aside for the whole month, just in case I don't spend money for the whole month. It's all here. It's all here. So I save $3 for every day that I don't spend money, and I had a total of 6 days this week. All right, so I had a total of 6 days no spend this week. I need a new color. Is there any other colors? There's blue, purple, and this pink. Should I try to find this kind of pink? Should I, or should I just keep using those 3 colors? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe let's keep rotating those 3 colors. Okay, so it was 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't dot, that's why. I was like, why is it so hard? 5, 6, and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of no spend. And so that'll be $18 to add in. So 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So here's the $18 going in. Okay, so now for our no spend, we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 15, 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So $34 now in our no spend, so pretty good. And then our catch-all is the last $3 for the one day that I did spend money is going to go into this one. So $3 going in. So now there's 50, 75, 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89. So that's why we're not able to color anything on the catch-all challenge on this 2024 from Save by Judy, because the next marker is $90. So this money is going to go back in the front for the rest of the month. And we're done with this. And we're done with this. Now, the only other thing I wanted to do was, I forgot to mention this in my last video and in my closeout. So I can't remember if this video comes out before the closeout, but I wanted to go over it just in case anybody was curious. For the month of March, where did my money go? So allowance was $1,204.22, and that was 19% of the total money that I spent, which went down from last month, because last month was 27, but I don't mind if this one is high, because this is where I want my money to come out of my allowance. Sinking funds was $185.30, and that was 3% of my income, which is perfect. I wanted to always be under 5. My bills was $4,044.85, which was 65% of what I spent, which is perfect. I always wanted to be about 50. Long term was 0, perfect. Short term was $365.39, and that also went down. It only went down by 1, even though I spent more, just because I spent more this month. And I would love this to be under 5, but this was high because March was my birthday month, and that was that holiday spending of $350 that I spent. Then buffer was $20.71, which is 1%, which is perfect. And then tithes was $387, which was 6%, and that went down. And tithes, I don't really have a range for tithes because it's just giving, so it's whatever. So all of that equals up to the $6,207.41 that I spent for the total of March. So really happy with how everything went. Most of it was my build and my allowance, which is what I want, and everything else was under 10%, which is perfect. That's exactly how I want my money to go. I would like all of the other random ones to be under 5, but under 10, because it was so close to 5, perfect. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.